Oops.
Hello.
Hello, hello. I'm not sure where this book came from.
We found it.
Nessie Needs New Glasses. Perhaps it's from Scotland. Nessie Needs New Glasses. For many hundreds of years, Nessie, the Loch Ness monster, had lived at the bottom of the loch. When she was just a little monster, Nessie found that her eyesight wasn't very good. She needed glasses to help her see better. Her good friends, the seals, made Nessie a splendid pair of spectacles. Nessie couldn't do all the Nessie could do all the things she wanted. She could read her books, watch television, and play on her computer. She was also the champion goal scorer for her local underwater football team, which is quite something when the goalie has 8 arms. And in this case, football is soccer, because in the rest of the world, they call soccer football, just so you know. And did you understand? The goalie is an octopus. That's a lucky goalie. 8 freaking tentacles to block the ball. From all over the world, people came to Loch Ness to try and catch a glimpse of the famous Nessie. Most of the time, she kept out of sight, but every now and again, she teased them.
You shouldn't tease other people.
One day, a fierce storm hit the loch. Once the storm was over, Nessie found that her glasses had been broken. She couldn't see at all well. The seals tried to help Nessie to get around the loch. They tried their best, but Nessie was very sad. Without her glasses, she just couldn't do any of the things she had enjoyed before.
Just like Helen Keller.
Yeah. Glasses didn't even help Helen Keller. She was totally blind. But yeah, this is essentially how Nessie feels.
And she was Keller.
She couldn't hear either. Deaf. In the middle of the night, Nessie had an idea. She needed to get help. Nessie decided to leave the loch and look for her relatives. Maybe they can lend me the money to buy some glasses, thought Nessie. It was very dark when Nessie waved goodbye to her friends. She quietly paddled down the river past the city of Inverness. Nessie swam a long way in the North Sea. She thought she could see her cousin Jimmy in the distance. "Jimmy, Jimmy," shouted Nessie, but Jimmy ignored her. He always was an oily wee man, thought Nessie as she swam on.
I don't see him.
No. Maybe she thought that was him, because she can't see very good. I think that's what it is. Nessie found it easier to swim, but she could also walk. She headed inland and caught a glimpse of her Auntie Cherry. Nessie cried out, but Auntie Cherry didn't reply. "She must have gone up in the world," said Nessie. See, she thinks that's her Auntie Cherry. She found her way back to the sea. Nessie became very excited to see her favorite uncle Fitlike near the beach in Aberdeen. "I know he has his ups and downs over the years, but he'll help me out," thought Nessie. No reply. Maybe he doesn't recognize me. He hasn't seen me for 850 years. So she thought that lighthouse was her uncle. She really needs glasses. Nessie swam on. Nessie did her best to make her way down the river near Pitlochry, but it was very hard going because she kept on being hit by flying objects. Ow! It's like being slapped in the face by a wet fish, thought Nessie.
But that's not wet.
No. She swam up the Firth of Forth near Edinburgh. Uncle George, shouted Nessie. Uncle George didn't react. Maybe he can't hear me over the noise of those trains. She thought the bridge was her uncle. This poor...
Yeah, she really...
Nessie took to walking again. She found herself caught up in a big festival parade, and a man stuck a number on her. Why did he call me a float? Wondered Nessie as she won first prize. Before she could get her hands on the year's supply of Edinburgh rock, a loud noise frightened Nessie and she ran away. Back in the water, Nessie saw her cousin, Big Tom. Ouch, Tom always played a bit rough, said Nessie. Tom is chapter road. Nessie took to the road again. As she neared Sterling, Nessie saw her Uncle Wally. He's even taller than I remember, thought Nessie. Uncle Wally, maybe he can hear me all the way up here. Nessie began to feel rather sad. What have I done to them? She asked herself. Is it because I haven't phoned for 700 years?
It's funny.
Call. She headed down the Clyde. Nessie had heard that her relatives in Glasgow were very friendly. Not all that friendly then, shouted Nessie at her Auntie Nessie, who refused to speak to her. Near Greenlock, Nessie spied her second cousin, Mary. Mary ignored her as well. You always were stuck up, shouted Nessie. Swimming past Eyre, Nessie shouted out to Uncle Humphrey, and he didn't shout back. Huffy Humphrey, roared Nessie. Man, she needs glasses bad. Nessie was very upset that all her relatives had ignored her pleas for help. She decided to make her way back home to Loch Ness. At least the seals will be happy to see me, thought Nessie, even if I can't see them. Nessie was feeling a bit sorry for herself. Somehow the seals had managed to get word to the people of Inverness. Nessie needed their help. The Invernessians held a huge bring and buy sale to try and raise money for her new glasses. The Nessie appeal reached its target. The new glasses were quickly made, and Nessie visited the optician in Inverness to have them fitted. Oh, she should go look at all her relatives again. Nessie was very proud of her beautiful new glasses. I wish all of my relatives could see me now, she laughed. It's pretty silly. Nessie Needs New Glasses, written by A.K. Patterson. And this book,
It says Le Monde.
Le Monde, yeah.
Something. Le Monde.
Interesting. Everyone have a good night.